Hi, and welcome to my first podcast. I've been thinking about doing a podcast for a little while. Last year I went to the High Tea Casts podcast, but I've always had quite an interest in them. Even when I used to get the bus to uni, I used to listen to Ricky Gervais's podcasts and the Radio 1 podcasts and anything to make the time go a little faster. And even now, when I'm working, I tend to have podcasts on in the background. So I wanted to talk about working from home, seeing as that's what I do all day. I'm a freelancer, so I spend quite a bit of time on my own at home. Even the most introverted people can go a bit crazy with their own company all the time. So, do you want to know how to stay sane when working from home? Firstly, you've got to get some structure. If you know you're going to work 9 to 5, it's much easier to deal with the quietness. Hell, you might even enjoy it. Also, if you live with someone else, chances are they'll go home around the 5ish mark, so you can offload all your inner thoughts onto them. Secondly, get out of the house. Seriously, don't spend all day in your pyjamas. Don't spend a week in your pyjamas. You'll get comments from the postman. It's embarrassing. So try and book in coffees from other freelancers, go to co-working events. Jelly do some great co-working events. Get networking, do your food shop. If I can get out of the house every day of the week, I know it's been a good week, and I try and go out in the evenings as much as possible as well. You definitely need to have that divide between work and play. Thirdly, a bit bizarre, but get a remote doorbell. If you work anywhere outside the house, for example, I've got an office in the garden, you're not going to hear the doorbell, and nothing makes me go batshit crazy more than missing my delivery of ASOS delivery addresses. Obviously, I meant important business books from Amazon. I have a little office in my garden, and that remote doorbell means I get to the postman every time, when he bothers to ring the doorbell. Fourth on the list, get a dog, or a cat, or a pet of some form. Dogs are great because you get to take them for walks, which means you get the exercise and you're not at your computer all day, which we all know isn't particularly healthy. Cats are great because you can talk to them, which isn't quite as crazy as talking to yourself. Finally, get yourself on Twitter. It's not called the Freelancers Water Cooler for nothing. Get chatting to other freelancers, share your good news, and ask for advice on the bad news. It's the next best thing to working in the office. So, that's the end of my first podcast. Why not let me know how you stay sane when you're working from home?